When I got my master's degree, one of the books that I was assigned to read was called Lying. And among other things, because right now you can find a ton of information on the internet, but it basically talked about intimate partners lying and said, we only recognize if someone's lying 50% of the time. Basically, it's a crapshoot. The problem is our intimate relationship with them gets in the way. We know people better, but we also, when you love someone, want to give them the benefit of the doubt. So when you suspect something's weird with your spouse, maybe he's having an affair, no, they're not. And they say, oh no, because I at lunch went here or there, I did this, and it's out of their normal pattern, but they give some explanation, you're thinking, oh, okay, because you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Now, remember, besides working with couples who have been divorced or separated, I also work with extremely happily married couples. I've written a book on it, literally. And so, at the foundation of your relationship, you've got to trust, because if you don't have trust, it's gone. And so, your choices are to trust someone who's not trustworthy and you're going to get burned, or trust someone who is trustworthy and you're going to have a great relationship. But if you don't trust someone who is trustworthy, you're going to lose all your chances at a good relationship because it's really deadly. So you can always protect yourself and not trust someone who ends up not being trustworthy, and okay, you've saved yourself. But we're looking at people who are already your kids. Kids can lie to their parents because we really want to believe our little child isn't lying to us. The reason I'm doing this video here is because I think about the number of people who are like, my spouse has been acting weird. They said they never loved me, and they really want out of the marriage, but they said, I know I can be controlling. It's because I'm controlling. And they said it's because I just, that time 75 years ago when I did that thing, and they were right, I was wrong. I should have never done that. Or they'll convince you of these minor things. And the whole time they're lying because they're having an affair. But you don't know. And so one of the things that people like to do is ask them, are you seeing someone else? Is there an affair? The chances are, A, that most people are going to lie, even if they're not a perpetual liar. Okay, so actually, I'm hearing myself realizing, let's put the good guys aside. Okay, there are plenty. I want you to trust your spouse. You need to have trust, even if there was broken faith years ago. There comes a point where I'm saying, just trust them. Have they done anything in years to break that trust? And you're only hurting yourself, always, looking the other way. But in these cases where people will leave their spouse and spouse B has left and they'll blame spouse A, and you used to chew your cookies incorrectly, and so I'm out of here. These crazy things that they make up. But if you ask them if they're cheating, almost all are going to say no. I know that because I'm not even a liar. And back 40 years ago, when I was seeing someone I shouldn't have been seeing, my natural instinct, because I was in sin, was to cover up. No, I'm not. That's why the best ways in terms of infidelity are for the other person to actually get caught. So at least we can alleviate the sin of deceit. You're going, okay, so now we know. Now we can deal with this. The biggest purpose of this video is to let you know that if you suspect your spouse is having an affair, you're really never gonna know unless they honestly say, yes, I am. If they say no, the choices are either no, they are not, or yes, they are, and they're lying. And since knowing when an intimate partner is lying is a 50% chance of getting it right, basically says you don't know, you're guessing, it's a crapshoot. Asking isn't going to do you any good. So one of the things I teach people is don't go shopping for pain. Don't go seeking information. I'm going to go find out. I'm going to go, because then there's this other end where we're just bringing about all this pain. We are looking into stuff. I'm not saying you shouldn't look into things, but this is where our faith comes back. And I've worked with so many couples that I said, look, you don't know this. The things you're telling me sounds like your spouse is having an affair because of this, because of this, because of this. But I don't know and you don't know. So instead of hunting him down or getting a private detective or doing something, what I'd ask you to do, and I do this a lot, is I want you to go on a fast. Fasting, because fasting breaks a lot of demonic strongholds. But anyway, in that fast, I just want you to say, Lord, I want you to reveal to me anything that I should know. The great thing about this is you're not saying, tell me if they're having an affair. Tell me this, tell me that, tell me that. You're just saying, Lord, tell me, you've got to reveal to me the information I need to know. What is going on? Show me. And inevitably, nearly 100% of the time, I'd even say 100% of the time, the next day, the next couple days, all of a sudden, there's a phone call, there's a text, there's a found receipt, there's a something where all of a sudden knowledge that the person didn't have at first came to them. And they're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea this was going on the whole time. Sometimes it's not infidelity. Sometimes there's a porn addiction. Sometimes there's gambling. Sometimes there's something, but it gets found out. Because what I want you to do is learn that we are humans, we are flawed, we will never really have the full picture on anything. And this method is yet another way to say, God, I trust you. There might be things happening that are true, but you don't need to know them because the Lord is saying, I've got this. Knowing this piece of information won't do you any good. I'm going to give you the information that you do need. Now I'm talking about in terms of infidelity, but let's pop off of that and let's go on to people who are just having difficult situations in other areas of their lives. Lord, I don't understand. Show me the piece of information that I'm missing because I don't know what to do. Reveal to me what I don't see. This is a tried and true method, and I've seen it work numerous times. Ultimately, at the core of this, it's saying you're drawing closer to God. God is saying, I'm all you need. So don't look elsewhere. Let me protect you because I love you. And let me also take care of that other person because I love them. And watch what the Lord will do. It's really awesome. I have gone from being an info seeker to a God truster. It doesn't mean I've changed my nature. I am still curious by nature, but I have lived long enough to realize when I go check phone records, I mean, there are times where the Lord is going to say to you, go check the phone records. And that happens in cases where people are like, no, I'm going to give them privacy. Go check the phone records or whatever. But I don't go after phone records. I don't like hunt someone down. I don't go looking where I really wouldn't have looked anywhere before. I say, you know what? I trust God. He's going to show me what I need to know. This method will not fail you. Try it. If you're questioning and you're thinking, I'm not exactly sure how to put it to work, you know how to find me, Christine@breakfastwithbacon.com, Christine@breakfastwithbacon.com, and I will help walk you through it. If you have any other comments, questions, I might even answer your question on a video. I like doing that. I hope this helps. I'm Dr. Christine Bacon, and thanks for watching yet another informational Bacon Bit. And remember, no matter what's going on in your life, remember to live it sunny side up.